welcome back to Xavier's World. How you guys doing today on this beautiful blessed day? I am doing fabulous as always. I am always upbeat and ready to go and have a great day. So today's video, guys, is 11 ways to keep your hamster nice and cool. Now, I have talked to big YouTubers, which I am friends with a really good YouTuber on here who's really big in the hamster community, and I talk to her all the time, and she gives me great advice and great tips and suggestions and how to always improve, and I always learn a lot from her because she's a freaking expert. She's had hamsters her entire life like I have, and I love her so much. So she's awesome, and I know she watches this channel, so hey girl, thank you so much for all these tips. So she gave me notes and stuff like that, and I wanted to share them with you, and she said that I could use her notes to help educate people. So anyway, all right, number one is you can freeze your ceramic hideout that's for your hamsters. You could put it in your freezer, put it in a plastic bag if you guys are afraid that it'll might contaminate your other foods that you have in your freezer or stuff like that, but I do have a little fridge that, like you could take for when you go to college or something like that, or whatever. I use that just for my hamsters, and it was my mother-in-law's. She had it, and she gave it to us about a couple years ago, and we just never used it. So I finally pulled it out, and now we're using it. So thank you. So yeah, like I said, you can use that to do things if you don't feel comfortable putting it in your normal freezer. So like I said, you can put it in there, put it in a sandwich bag, whatever, and you can freeze it and leave it in there for about like 10 or 15 minutes, and then take it out and put it inside your hamster's cage, tank, whatever, and watch them get nice and cool, because they will go directly to it and they'll be nice and cool. I am looking forward to trying that for my hamsters, because I know some of my hamsters get a little bit hot. I notice that when they get really hot or something, they won't sleep inside their house. They'll sleep behind their wheel, or they'll sleep on top of their house. So I want to find something that I can do. Another thing is there is a cooling plate that you can buy. It's a ceramic tile that you can just put inside their tank somewhere, and they can lay on that, when they get hot, they can lay on there and it'll nice and cool them off. I know they do have it for reptiles, but you can also use it for your hamsters, and it is perfectly safe. It's not going to harm them. It's not gonna do anything, and they could pee and poop on it because it's easily to wash off. So that, you could also try that. Number 3, give your hamster frozen treats. You can give, like, they have their treats. I have like their little yogi melts. I will put those in the freezer, or I keep them in the refrigerator, and whenever it's like hot or something like that, I just give it to them as a treat, and they love it. It keeps them nice and cool, something to chew on. You can fill your hamster's bottle with cold water, which I always do, keep it nice and cold for them. I always have backup bottles for them. I put it in the refrigerator to keep it nice and cool for them. And then when their one bottle that they have in there is empty, I just replace it with another bottle, and then I just keep, redoing that. So that also helps to keep them nice and cool. And your little furry friends will appreciate that very, very much. You could also put their sand bath in you could put it in the freezer, and you leave it in there for like 10 or 15 minutes. And you just take it out, and you can take their sand bath and put it in the freezer, leave it in there for like 10 or 15 minutes, and then take it out and then put it inside your hamster's home or tank or cage, whatever, and it'll be nice and cool on their body. They'll roll around in it to kind of cool themselves off. That is also another great way to keep them nice and cool. Use a fan to circulate the air near your hamster's cage. We do have a ceiling fan throughout the house. We have a ceiling fan in each room, and they are always on you know, during the summertime. And we also have a regular box fan that we have in our bedroom to keep it nice and cool. And it helps because we have 2 of the hamsters in our bedroom, and then we have 2 in the living room, and then, no, I'm sorry, we have 3 in the living room and 2 in the bedroom. So there's those in there, and we always have a ceiling fan, and we always make sure that it's always circulating air, and the box fan is not directly blowing on them. It is like near their cage, but it bounces off and it goes around everywhere in the room, and it keeps them nice and cool. And we also have blackout curtains in our bedroom, and that helps to keep out the sunlight in the room, so it kind of helps it to stay cooler than hot, because nobody likes to sleep in a bedroom where it's freaking hot. You know, not me. Number 7, you can also place a cage, place your hamster cage on a lower level, like on the ground. But here's a thing that you want to also to be aware of. If you have dogs, if you have cats, if you have ferrets, or whatever animals that can climb up and like open that lid or would harm your hamsters, make sure you do not have your dogs or any other animals around that, because that could harm them or could hurt them or could scare them, and it could cause them stress. I have one hamster, I think, is sitting on, we have a stand that it sits on in our bedroom. There's one above it, and then there's one at the bottom. So Mr. Peanut is on the bottom, and he loves it down there because it's so much cooler on the bottom. And my dogs don't go anywhere near the hamsters. I mean, they'll lay in front of the tank and just look at them, but they don't touch them or anything. So we have the best animals ever. The next one is you can also take a water bottle that you drink, or a pack that a freezer pack that you put like in your lunchbox. You can freeze those and lay them by the tank or the cage, and it'll have that cool spot right there for the hamster to lay at. You never want to put it in their tank, because they would either chew on it and they could bust it open and cause it to leak everywhere in their house. You don't want that. So just put it on the outside and wrap a towel around it to keep the condensation, and it'll keep it nice and cooler longer. So you want to try that. Move your hamster's cage to a cooler part of the house. Depending on where it is cooler in your house, just put your hamster there. That might help. Number 10, never put your hamster's cage in direct sunlight. You will kill your hamster. We never put our hamsters anywhere near direct sunlight. They're always safe, they're cool, they're comfortable. And the last one is to make sure that they have a lot of ventilation in their tank, their cage, their Rubbermaid, whatever you have them in. Just make sure that they have a lot of ventilation, that they can breathe in there, that there's a lot of air that can circulate in there, and that they're not trapped in their little cage. So yeah, so those are the tips that she suggested, and I wanted to share them with you guys. And she said I'm more than welcome to share them with you guys. So that way it may help you to keep your little furry friend nice and cool this summer, because I have a feeling that where I live, it's going to be a bad summer. It's going to be really hot. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this very, very much, and make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and please hit that bell so you'll be notified when we upload a video. And remember, nobody can steal my sunshine, because I am the original and other people are copycats. Again, and remember, God does love you. Bye!